Time to get on the internet forums, but I try to get on there some, and I don't care if it's, last year, this year, the year to come. Still so much speculation about what happens when Nick Saban leaves. People ask me about it. Will it be Dabo Swinney? Will it be this guy? Will it be that guy? Who'll be the coach? What'll happen? I don't, James, I don't talk about that much because I'm not focused on it. And I'll tell you why. Because Nick Saban is the football coach at Alabama. He'll turn 67 years old on Halloween night of this year. He is easily, if you didn't know he was going to be 67, you would guess him to be 57. Coach Bryant coached until he was 69. Coach Bryant, as we know now, was in poor health. Passed away shortly after retiring, but he still made it to 69. Joe Paterno coached into his 80s. Bobby Bowden the same. Now, I'm not saying Nick Saban is going to coach into his 80s, but I will tell you this. His level of fitness, his energy level, and what he's done with this program, and I think finally that ship has sailed about anybody worrying about him leaving to go coach somewhere else. I don't think that will come up anymore. The last game he coaches will be for the University of Alabama, in my opinion. But I don't think it's coming anytime soon. When you look at some things that Nick Saban can accomplish, and he says he'll worry about his legacy or doesn't worry about his legacy, but we'll look back at it when he's done. He's arguably now the greatest coach of all time with the Bryants and the Rockneys and the Wilkinsons or whoever you want to put in there. I think Coach Bryant's still number one at this point, in my opinion. Nick Saban's knocking on the door, but Nick Saban can kick the door in. Okay? He's got 6 national championships, matching Coach Bryant, 5 at Alabama, 1 at LSU. Coach Bryant won 323 games. Nick Saban has 218 wins. Now, in reality, he has 223 wins, James. That stupid NCAA textbook crap, I'll just say it, that he had nothing to do with, makes his official record in 2007, instead of 7-6 overall and 4-4 in the SEC, he's listed at 2-6 and 1-4. Stupidest thing I've ever seen, vacating those wins. So technically his record at Alabama is 127-20. It should be 132-20, and overall it should be 223-62-1 instead of 218, 62-1 into the SEC. It should be 75-13 instead of 72-13. Still great numbers. How good is 72-13 in the SEC or 75-13, which he really is? Well, we know what he did at LSU. At LSU, it was 28-12. 75-13 at Alabama. All right, here's my point with this. We were talking with Mike Johnson about the facilities, what all's been done. He got here, he had to do a lot of work on the field and off. He had to change the culture. He had to help get facilities get built. He had to start winning games on the field, winning championships. Now it's rolling. He's got basically a new coaching staff in here, young guys who want to prove themselves, and they want to be a part of this championship tradition so that they can parlay their time at Alabama into head coaching jobs. I think he wants to get to 300 wins. I do, James. I think he wants to get to 300 wins. He's sitting there at 218 officially, 223 actually in terms of real wins. He's winning right now at a clip of an average of about 12 or 13 wins a year. Theoretically, he could get to 300 wins in 8 seasons. The way he's winning games right now.
That's at about 10 wins a pop.
And listen, James, 8 years from now, he'll be 74 going on 75. That's not too old to coach. Bill Snyder's still coaching at Kansas State. I think Nick Saban coaches until he's 75. I think he wants to get 300 wins. I think he wants to get several more championships. And then when he retires, all doubt is removed about who the greatest coach in the history of college football is.
And you mentioned as far as the number of wins he has now compared to that your goal of 300 wins for Nick Saban. So you're talking about, let's just round it up to the nearest 10 as far as 220 wins for Nick Saban. So he'd be 80 off of the 300 win mark.
Yeah, you're right. He'd only have to average 10
and
wins
look
a year,
at how many games he's been winning really since 2014. 12, followed by, 14?
Yeah, he might get to it in 7 seasons.
Maybe 6 seasons.
Maybe 6. But I think he wants 300 wins. Now, that's just my opinion because I have no idea. He hasn't told me that. I'm speculating based on where this program's at now. He's enjoying himself. He still works hard, but it's rolling now. Look at this recruiting class he's putting together. He doesn't want to stop doing this. And if you think for 1 minute that he isn't energized by the fact that he knows Jimbo Fisher and Kirby Smart and Jeremy Pruitt and Will Muschamp, his proteges, and others like Gus Malzahn and Ed Orgeron and Dan Mullen are gunning for him, they're gunning for Alabama, he loves it. He loves the competition. So, yes, there'll come a time when he's no longer coaching Alabama football, but I don't think it's anytime soon. So I think all this speculation about who will be the next coach, yes, it's fun, but who cares right now? Because 7, 8, 9 years from now, when I think he finally does hang it up, the college football landscape could look completely different. And potential coaches to take over for Nick Saban might be an entirely different list than we're looking at right now. Just some thoughts on a TV show theme song Thursday.